I have a question. I did another video based on, do people even hear themselves when they're going all out? And another video talking about people who make assumptions on the... So you gotta call them out in front of everybody too? I still don't know if that's the right thing to do, but... But for people who do lose it and get angry and stuff, don't they notice and realize that how silly they look? I used to say that anger was such an ugly emotion, right? It's natural. Everyone gets angry. It's important to deal with your anger in a constructive way. In case you're dealing with anger, you can get a box of crayons, like the ones for toddlers, the really thick ones, and you can scribble really hard on a piece of paper as much as you want to, as hard as you want to, until you're not angry anymore. Of course, I'm sure you've heard hit a pillow. That's all right. Scream into a pillow. That's also been something that I've heard can work. Maybe get a punching bag. They sell them on TikTok. Get a punching bag and some gloves and punch the living whatever out of the punching bag. But don't use people, folks. It's not all right. Keep your hands to yourself, remember? And even one of the movies had said, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. A 5-year-old understands that. But I'm sorry. It's not alright just to be outwardly angry towards people. Deal with it. Focus the anger on what you're angry at, not everybody else around you. Everybody doesn't need to deal with that. That's just pollution. See, right now I'm questioning myself. Are you being judgmental? No. Public service announcement. I'm tired of it. Someone has to say it. It's not all right. If you watched the video this far, now you know. Now you're responsible. I think if everyone kind of bands together and hears people yelling at their family members out in public or something, say, you know what, that's not cool. You don't have to talk to anybody like that. You might get some backlash about it, but at least now you know. You're going to get the backlash for saying something. Just prepare yourself. Put your feet in the ground and just prepare yourself for that. It's not all right. And I think the more people who don't stand by and just let people treat people how they treat people, maybe we start pointing out the bad parts. Like, people want to make fun of you if you trip and fall, right? People want to make fun of you for all kinds of things. That's why I have another video. Go ahead. Anger is a natural thing, that's fine, but you know what? So's impulse control. Sometimes it takes practice. But if everyone learns how to have impulse control and everyone is pointing out and saying, hey, you know what? You're talking like really not nice to somebody. Maybe they don't know. To their defense. Maybe they don't hear themselves. I did that on the last video. Maybe they're not hearing themselves. Maybe as a community we need to alert everybody to that. Because there used to be a day when everyone did raise their kids in a community. And everyone would say something to that kid who wasn't doing something right. And that kid got all the information from everyone around him. And what a great kid that kid probably turned out to be, because they had a community who loved them. Looked out for them. Taught them the right ways to do things. And maybe if we just bring that back as adults, maybe we could make some change. Heck, we've got dogs using buttons and learning how to talk to us now. If a dog can learn how to communicate to us, can't we just go ahead and share that information with other adults who already know how to communicate and just teach them how to communicate effectively and correctly, respectfully? A lot of people weren't brought up on that. And that's all right. It's not all right that it happened, but it's all right that that's something that you experience. But now that you're an adult, it's your responsibility. You can't blame other people for your own actions when you're an adult. If you're feeling a little emotional, go find out why. Vitamins, minerals, upbringing, conscious, subconscious. dehydrated. Those are all reasons why people act out. Let's help each other, folks. Life is short, and this, seriously, and it's the only one we got. And no one's guaranteed tomorrow. I'm not even guaranteed the next second. Something could just done. Anyways. Take care. Maybe share the video so we can get the message out there. Let's hold people accountable for the way they treat others. Maybe if we're all holding people accountable, it will stop. Because now they're not getting away with it. One person can't do it alone, and if everyone bands together and does it together, maybe there can be a change. Maybe we can have heaven on earth. Plug in your own words. Whatever fits for you and your personality and what you believe in. I'm going to tell as many people as will listen. And that's all right. Because I have freedom of speech. It's funny, even the Constitution says in it that it was made to be redesigned and reconstructed to fit the times as they come. And it's funny because some people will do things underhandedly even though we have freedom of speech, and they'll do it underhandedly just to try to make it so you can't say anything, instead of going through the process of changing the laws. I guess they're just lazy that way. Even though, as I said before, it takes a whole lot of work, a whole lot of stress, and a whole lot of wasted energy, when we can just stand up and be responsible for our choices and just call it a day. And you get that load off and you'd be like, that's how you sleep at night. Otherwise, it just weighs you down. I don't know. Again, we all have our own path and the choices that we get to make. That's freedom too, right? We should be so blessed. Right? We should be so blessed. Anyhow, thanks for being here. Make it a great day, and see you in the next video.